Hello everybody, I'm Jean-Jacques Chanu and I'm working for Sesame by IT Renew. Today we will be talking about the Sesame Fast Start product, and I will just show you all the update and all the innovation we will do again for the future for the Fast Start product. So now I will introduce you the Fast Start product. So the idea of the Fast Start first initially was this is very difficult to find OCP product for small companies. People that are selling OCP product are generally very big company, and you need a very big amounts of product if you want to be able to have it. So the idea was to have something office-like desktop product that you can easily use, and with a very easy and affordable product as you can test and make as a POC for your company. And really the idea was to facilitate the entry in OCP product. So for this, we did a very an office form factor product, and we launched it last year in November. And the idea was to have this product suitable for office use, and using a standard plug, and with a design very close to the original OCP design. Fast Start was launched in 2019, and this is a desktop chassis size. It's very easy to use it, and it fits under any desk. What is very interesting with this chassis is that it uses a standard plug, so you can just plug it in your office. So now let's take a look at what's inside. As you can see, it's very easy to put up to 4 nodes inside the Fast Start chassis. All those nodes, the Fast Start chassis is compatible with OpenRack V1 and V2 servers. That means that you can put Winterfell, Leopard V1, Leopard V2, but also Yosemite V1 servers. At the bottom of the chassis, you can see that there are a very small switch that is very cool because it's 10 gigabit of connectivity and offer a few networks. So you have like a very mini rack and a mini cluster, really. It's very easy to pull out a server and to get back again. Now let's take a look at what's inside the equipment bay. As you can see, the design is very simple. In fact, we use a standard PSU here, and the PSU gives the power to a bus bar at the back of the chassis. The bus bar also retrieves all the power and the 12-volt power to all the server here. Why we use a PSU, a standard ATX PSU, as you have in your game computer, for example, is just because we wanted to have this product very silent, and because we want you to use in your office. And if we use a standard server's PSU, you will have a kind of vacuum sound in your office. It's not good for you. Who bought Sesame Fast Start? First, the first people who bought Sesame Fast Start was our distributor, because it was very easy for them for a POC to send it to their customer, and so they just give it a try. Also, all the support team was very happy to have it. It's very easy for the support team and developers too to have the hardware just right close to them, and just access to the hardware when they develop some software or some architecture. So as development tools, or also for discovering the OCP platform, is very interesting. One other kind of audience finally was interesting in discovery was also independent developers. Independent developers who make some open source project, for example, so sometimes needs very powerful machine very close to of what they can find in the data centers. And Sesame Fast Start can allow that because it's very cheap. You don't need to have a full rack that can cost a lot. And so for independent developers, it's quite very easier. So that was also one of the audience. Finally, we didn't know that it was possible that this audience wants to have this kind of stuff, but it was a surprise, but a very, very good surprise. And also that kind of audience is very interesting because they make us a lot of feedback on what we could upgrade and do for the next product. Now our feedback, because of course we use it in intern. As we work on decommission equipment for our developing tools, it's very easy to manipulate. We don't need to go in our data centers to make our own tools, and our developer have whole discovery at their home or in their office now to make our new tools. It facilitates the development of recertification tools, but also for our SAV support. And now we use it in production in our recertification and process of decommission OCP server. Customer feedback in general was pretty good. Others, they really like the fact that it's very easy to plug it in your office, and a very fast deployment and very easy to use, and also the possibility to have several generations of OCP server, because you can just plug it in a winter file of OCP v1 racks generation, but the Yoga Pass v2 on the same rack. They are completely compatible. So let's talk about the design configuration now. For the moment, we use a switch of 10 gigabit connectivity from MikroTik. It's a very simple switch with 4 ports at 10 gigabits and 1 gigabit for the master and uplink. In the future, we would like to propose the possibility of use many other kind of switch, and why not a 1U switch with, for example, 100 connectivity. Also, for the moment, it doesn't support Yosemite v2 because Yosemite v2 has a completely different port distribution and needed some adaptation. It's not a real OpenRack v2 standards power management, so that needs some adaptation. Also, we don't have any power redundancy for the moment, but we don't think it's something very important because finally, nobody for the moment uses it as a cluster. It's just for testing purpose and also development. And so for an office use, for the moment, we consider that it's not a big issue or a big need. Also, the other things that we can work on it is about the power supply. For the moment, the power supply only supports 1,600 watts because it's a standard PSU, ATX, and we can do more, especially because of the power grid. So in the future, maybe we can think if you need to have more powerful server that ask more power. For the moment, we have this limitation. So currently, the planned development is to be able to supply a way to use more switch and 1U switch, for example, wedge. And also we are working on different kind of other nodes that can be compatible with the fast start. So the first idea is to be able to integrate a 1U standard slot on the side panel, and it will allow you to have at this time up to 5 server nodes in the chassis and a 1U slot on the side when you can put whatever you want, but generally mostly a 1U switch as a wedge. The other thing we are working on it now is a kind of small G-board with one master, and that will be compatible with the fast start. So this small G-board will have up to 4 GPU inside, and it will be very interesting for the discovery to make it as a workstation, for example, or also to have some AI application on your office. So now, if you want more information about the project and the product, you can go on itrenew.com and see the Sesame section, and you can have a big, you can have a plan on the discovery project, but also all the other platform that Sesame is working on. In summary, Sesame by itrenew is the power of hyperscale available for everyone. There is no assembly, no guesswork, just plug it in. Thank you.